We've got news about Kraven the Hunter. We've got news about Fantastic Four and so much more. And we're going to be reviewing the brand new Michael Keaton movie Goodrich right now. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in the front, the back, and everyone's listening and watching, you know exactly what comes up first.
Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Last Camera Rant. As always, we're going to be looking at the news and then we get into reviews. And I would like to thank you very much to The Effect on the Blood Moon for coming past the YouTube chat. As always, I appreciate it, man. And yes, I do also agree. I was completely buying that music. Absolutely vibing with the music. I really like that. So the reason for the different music is I've tried to use a new streaming program right now. So we've gone from StreamYard to EVMux. Yep, EVMux. EVMUK. So I just want to try something different, see what it's like. So far, everything's a little bit smoother and a little bit better, but we'll find out. And I also like to say that if my voice sounds a bit funny or I sound a bit slow, I just want to do a little shout and say I am sorry. Last 2 or 3 days, I have been sick. The weather down here has been ridiculously from going really, really hot to really, really cold, and I think my body took a little bad hit, unfortunately, so I wasn't feeling too great. So this stream in this episode, was a little bit in question whether or not it was going to be coming out on time or it was going to be a little bit delayed. And I'd also like to say hello to the Galactic Core podcast. Good to see you as always, man. As always, it's good to see you too, which I will reply to your messages on Instagram as well. If you haven't already, I say this every time you come past. If you haven't already, please go check out this man. He's got a full rework on his logo, his overlays. He is looking schmick on his channel, and you need to go check him out right now. This good sir is killing it and has a lot coming up in 2024. And not to mention, he'll be making his appearance 2 weeks in a row, possibly 3, actually, or 4, depending over this coming weeks, with both Skeleton Crew and Kraven the Hunter, which we are going to talk about. Let the room hot and just rest. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I'm going to give you advice. Lay on your back and let the room be hot and just rest. Oh, yeah, I know. Don't worry. Today was the first day. It felt semi-better before. Yeah, semi-better. That's why, coming to record for this episode was a bit like, oh, am I going to do it? I'm not going to do it. But let's get into the news. So one thing we have got in the past week, which I was really excited for, is the brand new Dexter prequel TV show called Dexter Original Sin. Now, for all Dexter fans, now we did get the wonderful sequel season. Sequel season we did get in New Blood. We got not too long ago, and this is actually a sequel to that Dexter Original Sin. So far, it's only for one season, but that may change. And we do know that after this, they will have Dexter Resurrection. And even before anyone asks, yes, Michael Keatons is not in Dexter Original Sin physically, but he will be in there as the voice of the brand new Dexter, played by Patrick Gibson. Also, where are you? And don't let your 5 head shine. I'll try not to, mate. I'll try not to. But yes, Dexter Original Sin will be streaming on Paramount Plus on December 13th. And speaking of this week, it's the 1st of December as I'm recording this. Holy shit, it's only 24 days to Christmas. So hope you've started your Christmas shopping. The next 3 to 4 weeks, we've got a shit ton of content coming out of both movies, TV shows, and video games to wrap up the year. Not to mention, we'll get some special guests. As I said, we've got Galactic Core podcast. We're also got my wife, who's going to be coming on to the show for Christmas with the wife. And we're also got another guest coming on as well. So we've got an absolutely stacked few weeks. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so one of those movies that we're going to be reviewing is going to be Kraven the Hunter. Now, the director has come forward and said to please give this film a chance. Galacticore podcast. Only 27 days to my birthday. It is, man. Only 27 days to your birthday, and only 8 months until I join you on your side of the globe. Because just this past weekend, I booked my tickets, bought my flights to go over to your side of the globe. Because yes, Last Camera Rant will be going international for a couple of weeks, so that's a whole thing that I'll get into much later on. But yeah, I'll be seeing you in about 8 months, good sir. But yeah, the Kraven the Hunter's director has come forward and said, look, give the film a chance. Now, I can understand why he's done that. Like, don't get me wrong, if we're looking at the back of this year and Sony, he does realize the track record is horrible. It is terribly horrible. And not to mention, we got Madam Web, which is arguably the single worst movie this year. And we've also got Venom 3, which, is, I think I'm pretty sure I gave it's a 6 to a 5, roughly about there. Even though you look at the entire trilogy, number one, Venom 1 is still the best Venom. It doesn't match up to the rest, really. So there's a lot riding on Kraven the Hunter. Now, I was talking to a friend the other day, and he said to me that he's like, oh, I'm really excited for this. Trailer looks good. I'm so up for it. It looks really intense. He's like, what do you think? And I'm like, mate, I am not. I'm being very reserved for this film. Being very reserved because when you see the trailer, that Sony logo comes up, and it's a little bit distrusting. Like, don't get me wrong, Sony has made some great films, but the track record for this year isn't holding up. So I do have the hope, and the trailer does support this, the fact that it will smash out of the water and be a fantastic film. What doesn't also help with the film is that it was delayed an entire year. So that doesn't help it as well. So, look, Kraven the Hunter director, 100%, I'm going to give this film, I'm going to give this film 100% a solid go. I'm going in this with low reservations and ready to be blown away. And that's only in 2 weeks. So if you haven't already, get your tickets for that now, because Kraven the Hunter is right around the corner, and it's the last superhero film of the year before we crack on to Captain America 4, The Brave New World. I was about to call it the old one, but we did. Also, speaking of the film that's coming out next year, is Fantastic Four. The First Steps has officially wrapped up, which Pedro Pascal posted on his Instagram showing the wrap-up party. That is done and dusted, and now we'll be entering into post-production for its July 25th release date. So Fantastic Four, it's hopefully how they go. Maybe 6-7 months to do all the special effects and everything. So they must be quite confident on how usually so. Like the Mandalorian Grogu film, even though yes, that's going to have a lot of more special effects needed, is wrapped up filming and it's not coming out until 2026. But Fantastic Four is coming out mid 2025. So hopefully it's going to be ready to show shit. Hopefully it should be ready. But in saying that, is Fantastic Four needs to be another solid win for Marvel, just like Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the first family, and the Fantastic Four needs a win after the terrible, terrible reboot that we got from Josh Trank. That was horrible. And I know people do complain, but it's not that bad between Fantastic 1 and Fantastic The Rise of Silver Surfer. They do fit the time of when they came out in those first 2000s films. That does fit that, so I don't think you need to worry that much about it. But they need to have that win. They need to kick this out of the park because they are going to be the pillars moving forward in the MCU. So if it's If it doesn't, why does he look like Omni-Man? Yeah, well, he's going to look a bit like Omni-Man because of the fact he's still going to have the white stripes along the side. So you're not wrong. Funny enough that you say that. I can't unsee that now. He's just Pedro Pascal is not going to be as jacked as Omni-Man when that does come out. And speaking of Omni-Man, Invincible Season 3 is only like 3 months away, which makes me so excited for that. But yes, Fantasy 4 is wrap filming. So the trailer, I'd say Super Bowl next year is when it will come out, about February, March. Super Bowl, because they'll definitely do it after Cap 4. So that's why I said roughly that's when they'll come out. But another one that's got a little bit interesting and a little bit good is the fact that Marvel Rivals. So Marvel Rivals, it looks the effect on Blood Moon. Hollywood can fix him. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. So an upcoming Marvel video game is called Marvel Rivals. Now, this is a massive, massive game. It is very much like Overwatch, but you go have a look at it. The aesthetics, how the characters look, the animation, all beautifully stunning. And this game is coming on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam on its full launch on December the on December the 6th. I was going to say 13th. No, December the 6th. That will be coming out. So Marvel fans, I think that this is definitely not a game to sleep on, and most likely 100% will be better than the Marvel Avengers game that we got not too long ago, which was utterly trash. And I know you all agree on me on that, how bad that was. So yeah, so Marvel Rivals, December the 6th, lock that in. I'm so excited for that. That's just going to be sick. So I've already done my pre-order. Have you? Speaking of another thing that's also coming out, coming out in a degree. Coming out in a degree in a sense that it is started. Sorry, it has started. So the infamous The Boys Season 5, which sadly is not coming out until 2026. Yes, we're getting Gen V next year. Woo, fantastic. Great, it's going to be good. But the fact that we're not getting The Boys until 2026 is just utterly gut-wrenching. The fact that we know this is the final season is just right here in the heart. However, saying that officially The Boys has started, Season 5 has started officially filming, and the first episode of Season 5 is going to be called The Boys. As per the writer's Instagram, that's what it's going to be called, and they've started filming. So, look, it is going to go. I have that exact same cup with this coffee. The Effect on Blood Moon, I have that exact same cup, but it says coffee. Well, I'm glad you do, but you should go to the Lights Camera Rant merch store and get your own Lights Camera Rant mug, because they're on special. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure they're on special. But yes, The Boys fans, they've started shooting, but unfortunately, it's going to be a little while away. Sadly, a little bit gut-wrenching. Now, this is, I've mentioned this multiple different weeks, is the fact that I have a big gripe, the fact that the Wicked movie has not been pushed as a Wicked Part 1 and Part 2 film. And I know a lot of people are like, why does it matter? Why is it such a big deal? I just feel like for me, I feel like you're slightly tricking the audience. The fact that, oh my God, we're going to see the Wicked film. Great. And then you get to the end of it and you're like, oh, there's a Part 2. You could just say Wicked 2. Or the fact that there's Part 2. Like, I'd be disappointed in it if I got to it, which I thought was a whole film, and then got told, oh, by the way, it's a Part 1 and Part 2. I don't know. Which the Part 2 of Wicked is coming out November 21st next year. So this will also cover the Wizard of Oz as well. So potentially we will be meeting Dorothy as well. right now, Wicked has made an exorbitant amount of money, has become one of the highest grossing musicals of all time, which was no shock to anyone. So we knew that was going to happen. But yes. So yes, Wicked fans, you're going to have to wait 11 more months, because we're now in December, which holy shit, 11 more months until we get a sequel. I thought you said Dora. No, no, I didn't say Dora. Dora? I said no. I think I said not the Dora Explorer. Not the Dora Explorer. No. No, but yes, Wicked 2 is coming out next year. So yeah, it's only 11 months away. Speaking also of more on timing, we got to keep in mind the fact this week alone we've got Skeleton Crew, the brand new Star Wars TV show, which is basically kids in space with a Jedi with Jude Law, is coming out on December the 11th. So that's going to start streaming, kick us into gear. And we've also got Creature Commandos, which kicks off the James Gunn DCU moving forward. So obviously Skeleton Crew is going to be on Disney Plus around the world. For Creature Commandos, for obviously in America, it's going to be HBO Max. For here in Australia, it's going to be on Binge. I thought it was going to be on Amazon Prime. I wish it was at Amazon Prime because I don't want to keep having Binge because I don't use Binge for anything else. Oh, it's just so annoying. Just put it on Amazon Prime or something else. Which no UK Galacticore, the Galacticore podcast, no UK release date for Creature Commandos, which is annoying. That's really still, mate. It's like 4 days away. What are we? There you go. Creature Commandos, UK. Where can I watch Creature Commandos in the UK? It says here that should still be releasing on the 5th of December for you guys. Most likely Sky, this is saying, or Amazon Prime for you. I wish it was going to be Amazon Prime. Yeah, see, I think Creature Commando is the fact that they really, even with the posters and everything, they haven't really publicized for each country on where it's going to be. Like, it's a shit thing, the fact that HBO Max isn't global. It should be global because obviously, it's the main streaming service of DC. So it should be global because, for example, like, I'm pretty sure I can't remember where I have to watch Harley Quinn now, which I'm pretty sure is on Binge right now. And literally, the funny thing is that it goes, like, Binge is one of the least used streaming services in Australia. Like, after Disney, Netflix, Disney Plus, Stan, Amazon, YouTube, even Paramount Plus, like, it just keeps going straight down. And I just wish it was on any of those other platforms. Like, just make a deal and stream on Amazon Plus internationally. Like, that would be so much easier. That would just be so much easier. But it's so annoying. But yes, big week for streaming services on what's coming out. And I've got Marvel Rivals. Like, there's just going to be so much. And I can't wait to dive into anything. I'm very excited for Creature Commandos. This is basically an animated Suicide Squad film, which basically all the characters that we will see in this show are meant to appear in live action. So who's voicing the characters will be in live action, both forward and back, if you will. So we're going to dive into this universe, and this will be our first introduction to Rick Flag Sr., who also will be making his live action debut in Peacemaker Season 2, which most likely will be coming out late Season 2 or late 2025. Now, that's some of the biggest news that's happened the past week. Now, let's dive into the movie that we're here to review. So, the movie that we got, I'd like to say thank you very much for the info, very much for the invitation to go see this film. I got an advanced screening for this, so thank you very much. And Goodrich is a film starring Michael Keaton as Andy Goodrich. Now, it's very rare that you come across a film where the main protagonist, the hero, doesn't win everything, doesn't get everything that he does deserve, or you just watch a hero get beaten and beaten and beaten and beaten. Like yes, we do see that in superhero films, but usually they're a hero, but they've only lost one thing. This is kind of a guy who just keeps getting beaten down ridiculously, and the cover photo of him nearly drowning is very good on the premise of this movie. Currently, right now, it's only made $1.6 million at the box office. So this is a film that's not going to be playing everywhere, but I highly recommend for you to watch this. This is not something that you're going to. This is not a film that the hero wins all day, or it's all just a happy-go-lucky family film. Like it's a bit of both. It's a bit of both up and down. The effect on Blood Moon, he looks like a hitman. A little bit because Michael Keaton does look that. And the funny thing is, the last time I saw Michael Keaton in the film was Beetlejuice. And I'm watching this, I'm like, yeah, that's weird. That's Beetlejuice and that's Batman right there. So what happens with Andy is that as the film starts, he gets a phone call from his wife, Naomi, who checks herself into rehab because she's abusing pills. Now, the problem with Andy didn't know she was taking a lot of pills, and he is just frantic about the whole thing. So she's checked herself in. He can't get to her. He tries writing to her. He tries calling her and makes no progress. So he's got 2 kids, and he's also got a 3rd child, which is played by Mila Kunis, which is named Grace, and who he had with his first wife, which is a bit strange because of the relationship, because he works and owns a gallery. Now, unfortunately, this gallery is unfortunately hemorrhaging money and is going on bankruptcy. So his wife's left him. She's in rehab. He's left with the 2 kids, which he's struggling with, the twins, because the fact that his entire life has been about work, and that's one of the things I do like about this film, is that it takes those moments when you look at it and don't get so obsessed with work, or so obsessed in something, the fact that you don't take a moment to soak everything else in, whether that be your environment, your family, your pets, your partner. It's just those small things. He doesn't know the fact his wife was taking those pills, but everyone else did. Even the kids knew, and he didn't see it. He struggles to feed the kids. He struggles to get the kids on time. He struggles with all that. The business is going down. His daughter's about to have a child. His first daughter, Grace, is about to have a child, and she's basically doesn't have a good relationship with him. But it's a thing. It just tries to remind, for me personally, the film tries to remind you the fact that don't get obsessed with everything and cherish the relationships that you do have. Because spoilers going into this film is that he does also make a friend with Terry. He does go with all the struggles and ups and downs. He does also have the opportunity. He also does see that he could obviously get Tessa Torman. She's a recently deceased artist. He tries to get her artwork to be the last-ditch effort to save the gallery from her daughter Lola, which in the end she turns around and goes, oh, look, now I'm not doing this anymore because I want the money. So she throws that in his face. And then his wife does return at the end, only to divorce him on Christmas Eve. Oh, sorry, Christmas Day. Only to divorce him. Oh, yeah, sorry, Christmas Eve. Divorce him. So that's hard as well. And not to mention, he's had to close down the gallery. So in the space of, a week, his wife leaves him. He's trying to figure everything with the kids. He's trying to figure out with his daughter. He does get his relationship with his daughter in a much better place, which is one of the most beautiful relationships that we see through the film flourish. And both the acting of Mila Kunis and Michael Keatons fantastic throughout the film. Even the kids were good too. That was really good. Just see that all develop, and then right at the end of the film, Grace, she has the baby, and they all embrace about it, and not to mention my Annie also embraces his daughter. He cries for the second time ever, which he has seen, and also does a big hug to the husband, which he originally didn't like for a very long time, but now he does really like him. His name's Pete. But, it's the best thing that's ever happened to him, which he does say to his daughter, he does say to Grace that you are my soulmate, is that his first daughter was the best thing one of the best things that's happened to his life that he pushed away, and she's got a baby. He's going to be a grandfather. However, his wife is leaving him and his business is gone, but he's still happy. So the film goes for about 2 hours. So yes, I do believe he could have trimmed the fat just in a couple of places. You could have trimmed the fat just a little bit. But, if you're looking for a good family film that's a little bit different, and I think has a really good message just about why the boss, baby. Yeah. No, trust me, man. Trust me. The Effect of the Blood Moon. Trust me. This is a good film. We're not talking 5 stars. We're talking 3.5. We're talking about 3.5. No, it's one of those more makes you think kind of films on your life. And basically the harsh reality of life, sometimes you do get constantly being down. Oh, that's fantastic. Then down. Oh, that's fantastic. And that's basically how life can go. And, it gets to be sometimes very hard. But look, I definitely recommend checking this film out. If you haven't already, please let me know in the comments, and please let me know on what your thoughts are if you have seen this film. The Effect of Blood, I ain't trusting you. That's all right. Look, it's all right. It's not a film for everybody, but I do appreciate you telling me not to trust me. Don't worry. Trust me if I tell you Kraven the Hunter is really good. Then let's get a little bit into that, shall we? But that's a little bit different to a whole thing. But yeah, Goodrich, highly recommend it. It is a little bit different to your average film. It is not going to blow the doors off, if you will. You're only supposed to blow your doors off. It's not going to be that type of film, but it's just a film that your partner can sit down and watch it and just reflect a little bit. Don't get so obsessed with work and something like that. Take the time to take a deep breath, soak everything in, because time can be very, very short and very quick, and sometimes it can just go like that. But look, I want to say thank you very much Thank you very much for everyone joining, for both listening and watching back and forth. And I'd like to thank the Galactic podcast. And I'd also like to thank the Effect on Blood Moon as well for coming past for this particular episode. We've got a bigger episode next week, so I can't wait to dive into that. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.